Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, it is I, the one and only Maxi here once again, and I'm back for yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos, as always. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Kirby and the Forgotten Land for the Nintendo Switch. So, last time, we've essentially did manage to complete done with the forms of mainly 2 levels, to be more specifically in Redgar Forbidden Land, which appears to be by the forms of this level right here, as well as the forms of the Beast Pack's Final Stand. So as a result though, we did manage to accomplish those 2 levels, and also every once in a while though, we did manage to able to tackle through other Treasure Road segments here and there. So yeah, you probably get the idea of how this is gonna turn out, especially noticeable with those remaining, rare stones to collect. So yeah, today for this video is the fact that we're also able to wrap things up when it comes to the forms of Redgar Forbidden Land, which appears to be by the forms of the, well, which should say the last level on this world, because we ended up on the boss right here. So now originally I was expecting to try to able to find certain scrolls for specific blueprints, but I think I should probably save that for later. So for now, let's go and get started with In the presence of the king. So yeah, I wonder what the actual boss fight are we going to be fighting against next. Although it might be somewhat feels a bit familiar, because if you remember from the likes of the forms of Winter Horns, that we've already taken down King Dedede, but of course he got away with it, so because of that though, maybe we can able to have a rematch against with him again. But except the fact that, well, relatively speaking, he might able to actually act out a lot more differently than the forms of how it does it on the previous encounters with King Dedede in the Kirby's past. So anyways, let's go forward here, and sure enough, we meet up with him. Oh god. I'm thinking he's got possessed. Forgo Dedede. Okay, so this appears to be like the hardened version of King Dedede boss fight, except now that he now actually got some bit of stronger attacks. So hopefully we can take him down by utilizing the Meta Knight outfit with us, so we can able to actually easily take him down after the events of trying to able to do with certain enemy encounters and all that stuff. And also keep that in mind is the fact that we always have to rely on quick dodges, so just in case that, hopefully this time around though, I was expecting if I was trying to able to do the no damage run, so because of that though, if I do ended up getting hurt, then I have to restart, because as far as I'm aware, much like the forms of other Kirby games, I'm pretty sure that after doing with this particular boss fight right here, if you think the game was done, well, it turns out there's actually more to it than that. So anyways, let's go ahead and do with more sword slashes here and there. Oh yeah, kind of think about it, I can assure to you that much like the forms of, let's say, the majority of the Zelda games, that if you somehow manage to able to get your full health with you, then basically you can able to activate the sword beam attacks. So as a result though, because I'm pretty sure if you get hit, then obviously you won't be able to actually access 2 forms of the sword beam attacks. So that's something worth classifying for mentioning about that specific stuff though. So anyways, let's go ahead and be very careful not to get hit right there, because I think that's going to be another one of those mission objectives when it comes to, trying to dodge certain things, to be more specifically with that fire and stuff like that, so hopefully we can able to avoid those as much as we can. And there you go. Yes! I finally managed to able to did this within a no damage run, and on top of all that stuff though, to beat the boss fight a bit faster, and on top of that, trying to dodge that particular fire attacks. So yeah, and hopefully we're able to get the final 7 of those Waddle Dees, because as far as I'm aware, this might actually be the end point when it comes to rescuing those Waddle Dees. So let's see how this goes, hey? And sure enough, we've completed it within the first attempt too. So awesome, sweet victory right there. So yeah, that was it for the 6th world in terms of this game. And sure enough, much like the forms of how it does it on other games, then basically it takes us straight into, I would say, the last world, which is Lab Discovera.
Automatic language detection activated. Authentication system activated. Authenticating. Authenticating. Entry code approved. Initiating facility navigation protocol.
Welcome, visitors, to the Dream Discoveries Tour of our science facility, Lab Discovera. On this thrilling tour, you'll be introduced to the ultimate life form, specimen IDF-86. From the moment IDF-86 arrived on our planet, it began a campaign of destruction that threatens the native wildlife of our entire world. Luckily, our research team managed to capture it before it could complete its invasion. Once it was contained, our lab began studying IDF-86's spatial teleportation ability. Research that laid the groundwork for the planetary warp technology we enjoy today. However, 30 years after our research began, a warp experiment incident occurred in this facility. A new life form, separated from the main specimen, escaped in the aftermath. That new subspecimen has yet to be recovered. In the time since, IDF-86 has shown no signs of activity. It is now kept in a state of permanent stasis within the custom-made Eternal Capsule here on the top level of Lab Discovera. And here we are. Let's meet the ultimate life form, specimen IDF-86.
Wow, okay. I wasn't expecting about the fact that this game also has English voice acting here and there as well. What is up with every single Nintendo Switch games always seemed able to have English voice acting for certain Nintendo Switch titles? Anyway, enough about that. Oh jeez, looks very devastating throughout. Take a good look, Pink Intruder. Isn't this a beautiful sight? You're not even seeing the Great One in full form. They are incomplete without their other half. Long ago, the Great One granted the people of this world a mysterious power. Those people left this world behind and entered a land of dreams. Once the Great One is complete again, I know we will also receive this mysterious power. We, the ones they left behind in this forgotten land. Ha! This said the name of the title of the game! And now, the time has finally come. Oh, there's Elfline! That's right. This small creature here is the Great One's missing half. Finally, after all our planning and effort, we can help the Great One reach their complete form. We've dreamed of this moment for so many years. If you dare to stand in our way, we feast on your hide. So before we take down this particular fella right here, which kind of think about it, it's like an anti-version of Alex the Lion or Simba the Cub from or Simba the Lion from both Madagascar and the Lion King. But first things first though, let's go ahead and take care of these guys first. And sure enough, he's gonna be up for the task. Redgar, King of the Beasts. Okay, So basically, all we have to do here is the fact that we need to able to do good, you know, keep on attacking him, basically. However, I wasn't expecting if I was trying to able to keep my Mennonite sword with me, but it turns out I always loved able to actually use the Dragon Fire a lot, because, you know what I mean, it deals so much damage, especially noticeable if you managed able to let the boss fights, managed able to get a lot of flames on them. Basically, though, is the fact that you would be able to expect that it deals a lot of hits and damage at the same time, so... yeah, about what the fact that, well, relatively speaking... oh, jeez, he's actually in rage mode. So yeah, every once in a while, though, as soon as you're almost about to be done with this fight, then, presumably enough, he'll just go in rage mode, and you have to keep on attacking him. And every once in a while, we have to occasionally dodge his attacks, just in case you don't want to get hit so many times. So, yeah, you probably get the idea about this entire fight. So, pretty cool as a actual different villain for once, especially noticeable about the fact that, well, relatively speaking, after the events of how usually we've rescued King DDD after this entire ordeal for that particular the Beast pack and stuff like that, but you know what I mean. For some reason I just keep on losing that ability, so hopefully I was able to finish him off as soon as quickly as I can, and there goes Redgar. Dang. And hopefully we should able to rescue Elfeline. So yeah, we can able to rescue this cute little fella. That we haven't had him ever since at the very end of Winter Horns. So, but we've now actually rescued him for reals. So how's that for that? Oh, what's this? You dare. Plan ruined. Important plan. Needed labor. Opened vortex. Found workforce. Brought here. And yet. Error made. Irksome pink contaminant and. Careful planning. Now wasted. No more planning. No more patience. Instead. Everything shall be consumed. Oh my god! Oh my lord! Gee, no wonder why this game rated Peggy 7 and stuff like that, with all that creepiness involved. Oh my god, what is this? But you know what that means, it's time to get out of here. So in this case, let's grab our health bar quickly. Or in this case, the actual energy drink, so just in case we can able to regenerate our health. So, anyways, we should be fine here, at least for now anyway. Or maybe it's not safe. So in this case we have Fargo, or Forgo rather. Yeah, this thing is so creepy. So anyways, in this entire boss fight, we have to deal with him by simply we're gonna have to able to utilize the copy ability if you manage to able to do it quickly, because obviously you need to keep up, because obviously if you're a little bit behind, then obviously you're gonna get hit a lot for this entire fight. So yeah, it seems kind of strange, all things considered. And I'm presuming to you that I could assure to you that Redgar just managed able to go absorbed with that particular weird creature thingy right there. So anyways though, let's go ahead and keep on moving forward, so just in case, you know, we don't want to able to actually get left behind and stuff like that. So seriously, I just really love the Dragon Fire in this particular game because, you know, it deals so much damage and all that stuff, especially noticeable about the fact that, well, relatively speaking, I just get a feeling that, much like, let's say, Super Mario Odyssey, I get the feeling there might be still more to come when it comes to the finale portion, I guess. Oh no! He's being captured again! Except now that he's got absorbed. well, we have no choice but to able to investigate on things, especially that, well, you know what I mean of what exactly was to come. So, anyway, so before we, deal with the forms of the final threat in this game, basically, we actually stumbled across the copy ability room. Now, I would like to able to actually use the Dragon Fire, but I think I should probably switch it over to, Mennonite Sword, because obviously this particular upgrade of the sword looks super fascinating. So, anyways, let's climb up the staircase, and sure enough, we reach at the very top of the building of Lab Discovera. So, seriously, the visuals in this game looks amazing, by the way, even with that particular shot. Oh snap! Ultimate life form. Facho Elphalis. Wait a second, they shared the exact same caption of the name of Ultimate Life Form, like Shadow or Biohazard, or no, Biolizard, for the sake of the forms of Sonic Adventure 2. I mean, gee, why do they always manage able to bring that kind of stuff? So, anyways, here's the final boss in the game, at least expecting so much for it anyway. And I think this is without a doubt, I think fundamentally speaking, I really love this final boss, because it's especially noticeable, it's almost like intense in almost every way, and rather than taking place into outer space or something like that, so instead it usually takes place in, you know, the top of the building. And whenever I managed the first time I experienced this boss fight, I have to be honest, it took me about a few times to able to actually just try to able to defeat this boss right here, until I realized about the fact that this boss has a lot of emphasis on you to recommend to able to actually utilize the quick dodges, because if you don't manage to do it well enough, then you're gonna get hit a lot. But thankfully though, if you try to able to pull off some quick dodges every once in a while, then you should able to probably kick this boss fight's butt in due time anyway. So anyway, so let's just go ahead and try to dodge those little, oh jeez. But luckily though, it doesn't take me that much hits though, because I was expecting that it might be something a little bit difficult and challenging, but, well, it might be still rather easy, especially noticeable about the fact that with the damage output, and if we manage able to get into the later on throughout the game, well, I'm probably not going to spoil things majorly just yet though, because for the most part I just need to able to focus on this for now, so we can able to just, you know, keep on damaging him and stuff like that. So, and also we have to watch out for those little shock waves every once in a while, so we can able to expect this much. So yeah, this is actually a pretty cool final boss fight right here, especially noticeable about the fact that I get the feeling that that's the reason why that elf villain is actually the most important plot elements for this game, because especially noticeable that that's the reason why that he got kidnapped by King Dedede in the process. So, and I can assure you about the fact that that's how that Leon Gar really wants to able to actually try to deal with the actual the experiment or something like that. But even though it's hard to explain, because I know for the fact that this is actually my first time I actually experienced, well, again, like I said before, I've already experienced this boss fight on my own time, and it did took me a couple of tries. So, anyways, oh jeez, he actually starts to able to regenerate his health. Hold on, let me just, okay, I think that might be okay, because otherwise, if you don't manage to able to deal the damage on him while the health is being regenerated, then basically you're gonna have to able to do the amount of damage to him again. So, that might be something worth noting for, but hey, at least it's something, I guess. Because unlike the forms of, let's just say, the final boss in Kirby Star Allies, that basically, I'm not a big fan of the actual style of the actual final boss in Kirby Star Allies, because it requires something that's a little bit different to the table, and I just got cornered. But that's okay, because hopefully we can able to actually deal the ridiculous amount of damage to him. So, yeah, that pretty much explains about that specific stuff. So, alright, so he's almost done. It's just about a couple of hits later, so hopefully we should able to finish him off. Oh, just about. But before you ending him off, we need to free Elphaline by doing a mouthful, and we have to rotate the control stick. And that's going to be another emphasis about the fact that if you try to play the game on your Joy-Cons, it will ruin your Joy-Con drifting. So that's the perfect example. I'm pretty much going to be using the Pro Controller the whole time, so... But yeah, we're done, right? Well, let's just say it's not done yet. Or should I say, is it over? No, it's not over yet. I'm guessing it's not going to be that easy. Although, to be fair though, that this part might actually be easy too. Such incredible power, whatever it's trying to do, it's going to be pretty bad. What is it, Kirby? What? Is that? Is that your hub? That's Planet Popstar. Oh no. It's pulling Popstar through that huge vortex. It wants your world to collide with this one. We have to stop it, but how? Oh, hello. We got ourselves a truck? Or a lorry, for that matter? Well, I guess there's only a way to find out. We can able to activate the mouthful, even though this is automated, because it's like a cinematic scene, basically. So, wow, this looks so awesome. So basically, it kind of reminds me of the Forms of that fun finale portion from the likes of Super Mario Odyssey, where basically you're able to actually use Kirby in order to able to capture Bowser and stuff like that. So in here though, it's kind of like the same thing, except that we're actually going to be taking control of this really cool lorry mouthful ability. So in these parts, basically it's the fact that you get out able to drive way forward, and then basically though, while trying to deal with a lot of enemies, and on top of all that stuff though, just try not to fall off so many times, because you might be able to lose your bit of health if you somehow manage to fall off. So... And also we got ourselves a pretty cool invincibility theme in the background on that particular background music made by the Forms of the electric guitar, which I would say does look pretty awesome, all things considered. Like, for the first time I got there, I was very shocked and surprised at the same time. Mind you, I did still manage to ignore the spoilers, so because of this though, well, before the game actually came out. So anyway, let's go ahead and get onto the Forms of... I would classify for saying this is the last portion of this fight. So... Oh jeez, I get this feeling about the fact that we have to do the ridiculous amount of stuff we need to do. So in this case, we have to mash the button. In this case, the B button to dash through. And A for a quick time event. And I just get the feeling that there might be still more to come. Man, this theme is awesome. Alright, mash the B button to dash through that little, you know, that ball thingy right there. Oh, wait a second. It's not over yet. Oh my god, mash A, no, mash B, and rotate the control stick! Oh my god, that is crazy. Especially noticeable, you have to do two things at once, with all that control scheme in mind. But there we go. That was a pretty awesome final boss, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, surely that it's almost close to the point for almost like a perfect fight, unlike Planet Robobot has the most best final boss in the entire Kirby history. Is this Planet Popstar? Everything is being pulling in. Or pulled in, rather. I need connection between worlds. Even if it takes all the power I've got. Hey Kirby. Thanks for everything. Oh no, he takes his sacrifice. Oh, that sucks. And also we got ourselves the jukebox right here, right next to us. I can assure you, that theme might actually sound familiar, which appears to be that particular theme song as we already heard from the very beginning of the game. That's pretty cool actually. And it turns out with those picture frames right here, apparently that Elfilane is brought back somehow? But relatively speaking though, despite the previous version of Elfilane just somehow managed to able to take his sacrifice, so it's hard to explain because, oh jeez, I almost cried when Elfilane just somehow take his sacrifice. So anyway, so we got ourselves a pretty cool picture frames, which it does kind of reminds me of that particular. You remember those pretty cool montage picture frames things from the likes of the Forms of Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, where basically it shows us any other picture frames of Wallace and Gromit themselves before the film actually started. It does kind of remind me of that, except we're playing a video game, not just watching a movie. So anyway, so I just get this sense of feeling about the fact that my sense is tingling, about the fact that I get the feeling that this game is technically not over yet, because, well, relatively speaking, since that we actually got ourselves Elfilane with us again, and also the rest of the actual crew, including King Dedede, which is very surprising because I really love how King Dedede looks in this game, especially noticeable about the fact that thankfully, unlike the forms of how it does it on Kirby Triple Deluxe at some point, that I just get the feeling that his design might be a bit weird in Triple Deluxe, at least in my opinion. But I digress, enough about that specific comparison's sake. So yeah, pretty awesome, thrilling adventure, at least so far anyway though, because as far as I'm aware, since that we've already rescued every single Waddle Dees, which I think there are a grand total of 300 of those Waddle Dees, I'm pretty sure. So, relatively speaking, no, that's as far as I can say. Hey, there's actually chlorine right there. Now, if you're probably wondering, what about the forms of, Leon Gar? Well, basically, though, is the fact that we'll find out until when that credit sequence is actually finished, which it actually shows us the forms of that particular subtitles for the theme song, which, seems pretty cool, though, which, again, it does remind me about the fact that, wow, why isn't in every single Nintendo Switch games for certain first-party titles for Nintendo games always seem to able to have not only English voice acting for the sake of the forms of, let's just say, Zelda Breath of the Wild, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and also say applies to Super Mario Odyssey with the Jump Up Superstars theme song, and also on top of that with the forms of Mario Plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle and all that stuff. So, and now we actually have ourselves able to come across into an English voice acting for this game in particular, to be more specifically in Lab Discovera. So, pretty cool and awesome. So, and as far as I'm aware, that particular portal looks familiar with that particular previous picture as you saw for about a few moments notice, so that could be only be one in particular question. So in this case right here, there's Leon Gar, and he's got trapped inside in this particular... Oh, that's right, to be continued. I know that the game is not over yet though, which to be expected at this point, and we immediately onto the title screen, so in this case though, let's continue on our file number 2, in this case the Let's Play file, because currently I'm still managed able to play the game on my own time on file number 1, and also we've managed able to not only able to actually access to Gacha Machine Volume 4, but also we got ourselves the very cool Waddle Dee band stand, in this case Waddle Live Corner Stage, so that could be only been one thing as well. And also we're able to actually access something new in a Coliseum, thanks to the forms of that particular, the 2 stars is now showed up, So in this case, we've now actually access to the Ultimate Cup in the Colosseum, which basically means we have to fight against with the exact same bosses again, but relatively speaking, about the fact that, well, if you ever played the arena before, you know exactly how this plays out. And also, we stumbled across not one, but 2 golden statues based off Kirby and Elfeline. So that could be only be one in particular thing worth noting for, which means if you somehow rescue every single one of these, we get ourselves these special statues now placed in a town plaza. So, pretty cool though. Especially noticeable now we've actually done with the forms of not only rescuing those Waddle Dees, but also mission objectives as well. So, yeah, no need for no taking damage runs anymore. So, that can only be one in particular thing worth noting for. Oh, there's Chlorine standing onto that particular tower. And I'm guessing she was begging that she needs us somehow. Hey, look, Chlorine is visiting our town. She looks a bit upset. Ah, are you thinking what I'm thinking, Kirby? When things finally calmed down and the animals came to celebrate with us, Leon Gar was missing. I bet Chlorine has been looking for him. She might have found something. We should ask her what's going on. We can probably do that, but at the moment right now, unfortunately though we've run out of time, so as a result though, oh and also we can now finally manage to power up our copy abilities in there as well, which I'll discuss on that later. So with that being said though, we got the endings off here, so join me next time for more Let's Play of Kirby and the Forgotten Land. It's the fact that we're going to be taking over the forms of the Colosseum again, but this time we're taking on the Ultimate Cup, so I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Later fellas.